Well, hello, and how are you today? I'm so thankful that you stopped by. My name is Chris, here at Gardening at the Simon Getty North, bringing you the third video of a three-part series on preserving cranberries. Today I'm going to show you how to dehydrate fresh cranberries. So if you want to see how I'm going to do that, we're going to get them ready to put in the dehydrator. And if you like what you saw at the end of this video, please consider subscribing and sharing this video with anyone who might be interested in seeing the series of preserving cranberries. So let's get right to it and start getting those cranberries ready for the dehydrator. Here I am washing the cranberries, and we want to remove any of them that might be, like too white. Like this is, probably not going to be very flavorful or very tart. So we're going to remove the ones that look like that. And anything that is shriveled up or that don't look good, because you want the best cranberries. Any of them that are shriveled up. Here's one that doesn't look too nice. We'll get rid of that one. All right, I'm going to go ahead and finish washing these, and I'll bring you back. I will be following the dehydrating instructions in this dehydrator cookbook, the Ultimate Dehydrator Cookbook, and it's on page 35. For the cranberries, you can either do them whole or chopped up. I think if you did them whole, they would take a lot longer to dry out. So in this bowl here, I have cut them all in half. There's 2 bags in here. I had washed them up previously, went through, made sure that there was no bruising or shriveled up or berries that went bad, and then washed them up really good and then cut them all in half. And in this bowl over here, these are whole cranberries, but I am going to kind of puree them up in my Ninja here and use those to make powder. And then these will be cranberry bits, and these will be cranberry powder. So I think what we'll do is we'll go ahead and get these ready for the dehydrator. And then when I get enough tray of these, I'm going to mix them with the other and then puree them up as well. So let me get a tray and we'll start spreading them out. So I made myself a little tray here with parchment paper. So in case, I don't know if these will stain or not, they're red, they probably will. So we're just going to go ahead and put these on single layer. So these will be cranberry chunks. I don't know if they'll be kind of like craisins. I'm not adding any sugar or anything to these, so I'm not sure. But we're gonna have, there's a cookie recipe that I want to try, and it calls for dried cranberries. So I've already got the recipe already picked out. It's kind of a recipe, a snickerdoodle recipe, except for the cinnamon sugar on the top, and it has white chocolate chips and cranberries. So when these are done, that's what we're going to make with these, and I'll show you how to make them and do a taste test because I've never made them before. So let me go ahead and get this tray in the dehydrator, and we'll set up another tray. All right, another one ready for, I think we could probably do that in the last tray. Or one more tray is all we need, I think. We'll get those put in. All right, so we'll have 3 trays of the chopped up or the cut in half cranberries. All right, next we'll get these in the dehydrator and then we will blend up the others in the Ninja. All right, so let's take these whole cranberries and put them in the Ninja here. All right, I was able to fit all of them in. My Roxy likes cranberries. I've dropped a couple on the floor and she's picked them up and ate them. They are a superfood and they're good for doggies too. So, all right, let me get the lid on. Turn the power on and let's crush them. Let's see how they look. All right, let's blend them one more time and then we'll get them on the dehydrating trays. Remember, this is going to be a powder, so I'm not necessarily looking to liquefy it or anything, but just chopped up enough where they'll be easier to dry. See? Very fine little bits. So, all right, I am going to make room and we're gonna start putting these on the dehydrator trays. Okay, that's probably enough for that tray. Let me get another tray ready. Put my blade in the corner to help hold it down. So just put this and make it 2 trays of the very crushed cranberries. There's no sugar added to either one of these cranberries. These are straight up cranberries. Because then you can do whatever you want with them when you're done. You know, the powder, you can always add some sugar if you're going to put them in a smoothie, or use them in pancakes or muffins, or you might want to use the ones that, you know, are the bits instead of the powder for muffins. All right, so we'll go ahead and get these in the dehydrator. And let me take you over to the dehydrator so you can see all the trays that are in. All right, so you can see I have the 3 trays of the cut in half here, and then the 2 of the finely chopped from the Ninja down here. So I'm going to go ahead and put my lid on. The dehydrating temperature is 125 degrees Fahrenheit. And for the dryness test, you can only crush the berries into powder between your fingers. So that's when you know they're done, when you can crush them in your fingers and they turn to powder. So, and these will take approximately 8 to 10 hours. Again, don't get hung up on time because we're going to dry them until they're dry. And if they're not done in 8 to 10 hours, we're going to put them in for longer. So let me go ahead and pull this out a little so I can get to the temperature. All right. Just double check. It's 125. All right. So they're in for 125 degrees Fahrenheit, and we will check them tomorrow. Check them in the morning when I get up. That'll be at least 10 hours or so, 8 to 10 hours. So we will see you tomorrow when we're ready to check the cranberries. Okay, the cranberries are done. I am going to take the lid off and then show you. So to know that they are done, they need to crunch. They did take a little more than the 12 hours. That one. That one's not done. That one's not done. So some of these I'm finding are still not done. So let's try. It's almost. Let's look at this is what we're going to make the powder out of. These are definitely done. So let's go and work on the powder, and then we'll come back to the other. All right, so I have my single serve Ninja cup here, and we're going to go ahead and put these cranberries in here to powder them up. You can see why I used the parchment paper, because the parchment paper is stained, and that would have stained my plastic mats underneath. So if you are going to dry cranberries, use a parchment paper, and that'll help keep your trays clean. Looks like we'll be able to fit all of these into the 1 cup to powder them up. All right, so let me put this on. Pull this a little forward. Push it back a little bit so you can see. Turn on the power, and then single serve. So that's what you get out of 1 tray. Not very much. I'll probably be able to fit this in a jelly jar. Let me go get one. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and put that in the jelly jar. So that's what we got from the one tray. I'm going to go ahead and get the other tray ready. All right, now that we got that second jar filled from the second tray, get this out of the way. Get this moved up. Turn the power on. Make sure you can see what we're doing. All right. Power off. Probably gonna have to put this in a smaller jar because you want to put in, you know, a container that fills the volume. So this is like way too not enough. So I will be transferring this to a different jar. So I'll put that in there for now, and I'm gonna go through and start checking the other cranberries. All right, so I've been kind of going through this tray, and it feels like the majority, the ones that I've touched, are dry. So there was just those couple that weren't dry. So let's go ahead and put them in this container. So you can hear they wouldn't make that sound if they weren't dry. And I picked out the ones that that were not dry. So let's get the other tray. Remember, we had 3 trays. Take a look in here. Whoop. Kind of going through and finding some of the big ones. These feel like they're dry. See how they just crumple up? That's also an indicator that they're dry. So that's good, because what I was going to do with these dried cranberries is make a white chocolate cranberry cookie. And so you can see, that'll be a different video. So be on the lookout for that video. We'll get these in the jar. And the last one, the last tray, go through and double check some of these. Yep, these feel like they're dry too. So we'll go ahead and put those in. Whoa. All right, so we got a couple stragglers. So there you have it. We have the dried cranberry chunks in this jar, which this is a good jar to do for conditioning because there's still a lot of room. And conditioning means you just kind of turn it around, make sure nothing is sticking. And I don't think these need conditioning, but because you can hear them that they're dry. And this powder I'm going to have to put in a smaller container. I think this might be a 12-ounce jar, so I think I'll find an 8-ounce. A 6-ounce might not be big enough, so we will be putting those in, and I'm going to be using these for the cookies that I talked about, so I'm not sure. I'll have to check the recipe to see how much I need, and this may end up in a different jar as well, or I'll make 2 batches of the cookies and just be done with it. So if you like this video, please smash that like button and share this video with anyone who might be interested dehydrating cranberries in 2 different ways, to powder them up and to dried cranberries. So live, love, laugh, and garden. Hope to see you at the next video. Thank you for stopping by. Happy dehydrating. God bless. Bye.